Welcome guys, it's good to be back. I'm going to try and start getting back into a routine a bit more now. Still plenty going on at the moment, so just taking time to get everything sorted. So just another channel message, just a quick update on what's going on. I think I'm going to do something on the American election at the moment because it has a huge effect on the world's outview on things and economy and all the rest of it, but also the controlling powers and how they're starting to break up. And this a little bit of this message is in here. So it's really about time now is just finding that resonance with your emotional field, as we've been speaking about, because it's very easy to get swayed by everything that's going on at the moment on the planet. And the more you can stay out of it energetically, the better, because there is an unconscious shift going on, as we've said before. So we're not really conscious of what's really going on. So we have to actually get out of the way, because the more we try and plug in and try and understand it through our 3D minds, through the ego, we can get very confused, and we generally will go into fear, because the dominance of fear is our platform. Just the news, for example. How often do you see anything positive on the news? So again, it's that whole unplugging that we need to talk about. Hi guys, how everyone? So it's about, when you can find emotional resonance with yourself, you naturally start to disconnect, because it's the patterns within us that are drawn into that mainstream control media and all the rest of it. And then that's when our emotional bodies get swayed. And it's really time to become conscious of that, because unless we take that awareness and hold it, it means that sorry, someone has just wanted to come on the video. Let's have a look. Approve, there we go. How are you? So coming back, yes, so what we're doing is we're finding space within our energy fields to allow ourselves to surrender what's already around us. Now, this is consciousness, so consciousness exists around us. We don't have to actually move into it. Hi, Clinton. So it's here. So it's about the surrender, and it's about giving space to what's already around us, what's already always been around us. And again, this is different to the mind having to go out and achieve something, because we've already achieved it, otherwise we couldn't be here. So the point is that reversing that polarity of thinking and saying, right, well, the spiritual warrior stands still and draws everything to them. They don't go in struggling, striving, searching, because you cannot find your answers in the illusion. You can only find them in surrender, in the illusion. And this is what all the teachings will be about. And just on that point, I'm going to be putting something together the first 2 weeks of January, and I'll be sending out a video next week regarding that. So I just want to go on to this message, this channel message. So we call it sort of the New Age. Like we said before on previous videos, we're trying to get out that concept of New Age, because there's a lot of problems in the New Age movement, a lot of misinformation, and a lot of shall we say, corrupted information. Maybe it's not coming through correctly. A lot of channelers, as I said before, can pick up stuff on the astral plane and channel through there, and then that can cause a lot of issues as well. And of course, there are entities around that will try and feed misinformation, as well as we do on the physical level as well. Okay, so just coming back into this New Age. So the message is, and this was channeled 2 days ago from the Viridian Consciousness. As you move closer to the Prime Directive, you will start to feel heavier before you feel lighter, as a planet, as a race, as an individual soul. As consciousness assists you to assist yourselves, you must start asking the right questions. As a planet, you need to demand equality and new leadership. You give too much power and reality to your current Earth model your governments have in place, but you all know deep down how ridiculous their leadership has become. The US elections have just shown you the desperation of an old paradigm trying to hold on to control. What you will start to see shortly is the decay within the government bodies, highlighting how inefficient and overtly corrupt they actually are. However, this will be the time humanity finally comes together and says no more. We are done under this rule. Your whole system is built on control and servitude to that system, and it farms out your emotional energy, which feeds a conglomerate of species. And this emotional food that's farmed out will be known to you in the future. This end of the spectrum that has controlled you is finally starting to dismantle. And we say with all honesty, only focus on the new age, the renaissance of consciousness, and we will take care of the rest. There are those amongst us within the union of love and light that are magnetically connected to the Dark Brotherhood, and we are working with their multidimensional selves to assist them in letting go. Their way is so ingrained, so absolute, that their souls are finding it hard to assist themselves. We are at a turning point now, and humanity needs to let go of control, because control is a 3D concept, and it no longer can exist on Earth, nor within your own personal lives. All of Earth's great kingdoms and empires have ended in destruction because everything moves in cycles. But unlike before, you will hold on Earth in a new light, one that extends into parallel universes, a beacon of absolute physical mastership and beauty. Because if you have ridden the Earth story, you are a true spiritual warrior, one that has endured absolute fear, that has gone to the full end of the spectrum and returned a wise and learned soul. Feelings will be your new language. So we say you should all start listening to your feelings and stop reacting from your emotions. It's time to give yourselves a break and start the process of letting go of control and what you believe reality is. You only see what your programmed minds have created, but we all tell you soon, we tell you all very soon that you will see so much more. Okay, good message. Thanks, guys. So, as we move into this next sort of end of this quarter, first quarter next year, there's going to be a huge amount of energy, and it's already moving through our physical bodies. As I said last week, the aches and pains, people are holding on, it's that energy. So just when you get something in your body, a physical pain, don't run to the doctor. Don't think there's something wrong with you, because everything physical has a mental, emotional host. Every disease and illness has a mental, emotional host. So just breathe into that. So if your knee hurts, talk to your knee. Say, hello knee, how are you? Ask it what's going on. Sometimes it's just enough to get the energy moving. Because everything you're feeling in your bodies now is a release of ancient trauma, beliefs, all the denied, repressed, emotional trauma that the soul is hiding as had buried within the subconscious. So things are moving up. Again, it's the iceberg analogy. We're just conscious of the little bit on top, but the real thing is happening underneath the water. And that is the deep subconscious and the unconscious. So what's happening is your unconscious, which is your multidimensional energy, your consciousness, your ability to be beyond here, and the subconscious is where we store all of our denied, repressed emotions and all the lives that we've had. So what's happening now is those two are trying to come into alignment with the physical self to create a conduit or an alignment of consciousness, so it can move through, activate what's denied and repressed, and then bring it up to the surface within the physical body. Now there has to be some physical acknowledgement of that energy, which is why we get aches and pains and other things going on, anxiety, all the rest of it. But just remember, whatever's going on, it's not a negative thing. Most people think it's negative, there's something wrong with me. It's not, especially now, because everything is starting, like I said, to release itself, because the soul will not be denied any longer. So you've got 7 billion people on the planet now, and all of their souls, every individual soul is trying to connect with their physical selves. And to do that, there has to be an acknowledgement of that energy. So we have to let go of the conditioning. So this is all of the conditioning that's releasing now. So I actually see this as a positive, not a negative. Okay. It's very hard, and like even when I'm working with my clients, some of them going through some very heavy stuff now. It's very hard to get the conscious mind and the ego out of the way, and just to surrender and acknowledge that everything is okay, because a lot of fear is coming up as well. So just know whatever's coming up in you now, it's there for a release. It's not who you are, and it's definitely not your story. Your story is, well, the story is something else, but we'll get into that another talk. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you all again next week. Take care.